Can I tell you a secret? I don't think I like NES Remix that much. Sorry. I mean, I know that sounds weird from a guy who lives and breathes retro games. That's really not the problem. I think the problem is because I live and breathe retro games that I don't really find it all that compelling. But the more I play it, the more a sinister side of this game has been revealing itself. They're horning in on my turf. Well, mine and Vink's turf. I didn't forget you, Vink. I mean, it's their right, it's Nintendo, and it's their games, but there are some stages that really kind of give me pause. Like, okay, this stage where you do the turtle tipping trick. It jumps right on top, and you have to get 10. That should be easy enough, right? 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it stops at 8. This is why I'm angry. Well, not that they don't tell you how to do it, which they don't. I did a video about this, and if you were really playing this turtle tipping level, you wouldn't try and get 10 and then have that shell fly away. You get 8, jump, start over, and get 8 more, and keep doing that until time runs out. That's a strategy if you want to get a gazillion lives. But then something weird starts to happen in later levels. Instead of just showing you tips and tricks like where all the one-up mushrooms are, or which pipes you can go down, or how to defeat Bowser in every single level, they take you kind of through like the greatest hits part of the game, like the end of the Zelda level, for instance. The last 3 stages are all about basically spoiling the end of the game for you. First it shows you how to get into Ganon's lair. Then it shows you which room you're supposed to get a crucial item to beat Ganon. And last, the fight with Ganon using the item that you just got that, you know, if you weren't playing this game normally, you wouldn't know to get. And then you defeat Ganon, and then find Princess Zelda for its son with probably the first time they've ever even seen her 8-bit. Why even play the game at this point? And I'll tell you why I'm concerned with that, because with every one of these games, there is a link at the bottom that you can use to push to get to the eShop and then buy the game. Which, you know, is fine. I think that's part of the point. But when you take them through the end of the game and negates all that hard work, I'm not sure there is a point. I don't know why they're making you buy these games again where they're all already in here. Huh? What? Did he? No. All right, so for instance, talking about Zelda, level 12 is one where you're supposed to get a bunch of hearts to fill out your gauge. And how do you get these hearts? You defeat enemies by walking around the map. It drops you off close to where the game starts, with a bunch of enemies, and some of them have fairies, so it's really easy to get this fast, and speed is the name of the game. But I don't feel like defeating any enemies around here. In fact, I think I'm going to explore a little bit. No, I think I'm just going to go to the first dungeon instead, and, I don't know. See if these, nope, no heart there. I'll just get a key, go through a door. Looks like this whole dungeon's in here, huh? Very interesting. Because as long as you're patient and don't get hit, you can complete this challenge by getting a heart piece in Dungeon 1. Then there's the entire last stage in the Super Mario Bros. Challenges, which basically just shows you how to get from the start to finish using all the warp pipes and defeating Bowser at the end. And so the first thing any respectable player would do is get to World 1-2 and use the World 4 warp pipe. Except, I don't really feel like it. Instead, I think I'm just, you know, gonna try to go to the minus world. Which you can do easily enough. Well, look at that. But since the minus world warp pipe isn't the World 4 warp pipe, you fail. You know what would be really something? Was if they tried to make you speedrun the game in 5 minutes. Now that's a challenge. Not this bite-sized greatest hits version of games. But I mean, that's my point. The entire game is in here. I paid $15 for these games. And they want to make you pay for them, individually. Again. And all this is really too bad because I like the remix levels. Because I'd love to get to the original content in this game, but I have to wade through dozens and dozens of levels of games that I've already played to death to do it. Can I just skip ahead for time served? The thing I wanted to see more of was crossovers between the different characters and the different games. Like how cool it would be if you were the character from Balloon Fight and you were playing Donkey Kong, you just float to the top and that was it. Or maybe Link can hack apart Bowser with a magical sword. Or have Mario and Ice Climber. They seem to be playable then.
Famicom Dojo.
If you want to hear more about my thoughts about NES Remix, Vink and I talk about it in the newest Famicom Dojo podcast, episode 81. If you're interested in actually doing the turtle tipping trick or getting to the minus world, you can also check out our Famicom Dojo Train Your Game videos. Until then, I'm just gonna... Wrecking Crew is actually kind of a fun game. This is the weirdest Zelda game I've ever played.